What's up, guys? It's David coming at you from Organic Priced Books with a first look at a new book that just came out. Now, it's not a new book in the sense of like it's new, because this was, well, let me show you the book first. So we're looking at Stephen King's The Dark Tower, the Gunslinger. Now, this is a complete graphic novel saga. So this is not it is a reprint, yes, but it originally was printed by and published by Marvel, but they lost the rights. So this is a new printing and a new publisher that's taking it out. So just bear in mind that the format on this is not the size of an Omni. It's actually smaller. I'll show that to you. So let me show you here the front, the spine, and the back. And I'm going to just grab my Dr. Afra out here. So it might look like it's an Omni, but it's not. So Dr. Afra, on the Omnis that you know, as you can see, you're going to have like a bit on not only the height, but on the width as well. So you can see like that. When you put it up on your shelf, you're going to have that discrepancy on the sizes. So if you're okay with it, no problem. If you're not, ooh, you know, maybe find the Marvel one. But with the beginnings, the Dark Tower, the beginnings that just got released, it'll fit with this one. At least they'll look nice together. But if you've been wanting, you know, the format to stay consistent with like Omnis, sorry, you're out of luck on that. So again, let me just take off the dust jacket so you can see underneath. See, I also don't like this. It's just blank on the cover. Spine has a foil logo or, you know, title on it. The back blank as well. You know, I would appreciate a little bit more flair on here. But maybe, I mean, they're like, oh, you're not going to do that. You're going to read it with dust jacket, which, of course, is nice, but it's cool to see it, you know, without it as well. But let me go ahead and show you what's in this book, and we'll take a look inside. All right, guys, so let's take a look at the Gunslinger. And hopefully, you know, you got your copy of the beginnings. Let me show you all of here. So this is what's contained in it as well. Very cool. Nice. So let me tell you a little bit about this story as we go through the book. Enter once more the world of Roland Deschain and the world of the Dark Tower. Now presented in a stunning graphic novel form that will unlock the doorways to terrifying secrets and bold storytelling as part of the fantasy masterwork and magnum opus from #1 New York Times bestseller author Stephen King. Bring the dramatic history of Roland into chronological order and beyond. As originally published in the modern classic novel The Gunslinger, this omnibus edition brings together an unforgettable tale. The barony of Gilead has finally fallen to the forces of the evil John Farson, and the surviving young gunslingers were massacred at the decisive Battle of Jericho Hill. But one has risen from the ashes, Roland Deschain. Now, as the last of the gunslingers, Roland sets out in search of the mysterious Dark Tower, the one place where he can set the events of his out-of-sync world right again. Along the way, Roland would battle forces from his worst nightmares as he trails the elusive Man in Black, the inhuman sorcerer who holds the key to Roland's desperate search across the apotheosis of all deserts, and where death and despair has taken hold. To reach the Man in Black and the Dark Tower, Roland is prepared to risk it all, his life, his very soul, and even innocent lives as he marches forward to fulfill a terrible destiny. Let me get to, all right, let me see here. There's a little bit more. Ooh. Now the graphic novel series, Stephen King's The Dark Tower, the Gunslinger, originally published by Marvel Comics in single-issue form and creatively overseen by Stephen King himself, the full story of Roland's troubled past and ongoing journey is revealed. Sumptuously drawn by Richard Isanov, Sean Phillips, Luke Ross, Michael Lark, Lawrence Campbell, and Alex Maleev, plotted by longtime Stephen King expert Robin Firth, and scripted by New York Times bestseller author Peter David, The Gunslinger is an extraordinary and terrifying adaptation of the best-selling book and beyond, ultimately serving as the perfect introduction for new readers to Stephen King's modern literary classic, The Dark Tower, while giving longtime fans thrilling adventures merely hinted at in his blockbuster novel. This single volume omnibus edition includes the complete graphic novel series, The Gunslinger, The Journey Begins, The Little Sisters of Illyria, The Battle of Toul, The Way Station, The Man in Black, and Last Shots. Very cool. So if you have read the Gunslinger series, then you'd probably know a bunch of those names. And of course, you know, the Gunslinger is definitely one of these stories that if you're used to horror, it does have horror, but it's definitely more of a, I guess you would call it a saga. Yeah, a saga of, you know, Roland traveling, and there's like, I believe 7, 8 books maybe. But they hint at some of the stuff. I've heard, or I liked it. I don't remember much of the rest of the story. I read it a long time ago, so I might have to read it all over again. But people were like, "Oh, you can't really get into it just because of the way they talk." It's very much like, you know, the way Stephen King does for accent and stuff like that, or the way they talk, since it's a little bit different. It's English, but it's not like how you would talk English. They say it's hard to get into, but having the graphic novel aspect of it, where it's easier to see it and connect the words with pictures and with an image in your head, now on paper, definitely is a good way to set it up for you to read the story. So if you've been wanting to get into it, this might be the best way to get it, to get your feet wet in the story before jumping into the actual novels themselves. And I like, you know, how they drew him. He looks really cool. Of course, if you watched the movie, The Dark Tower, that came out, you know, it's going to be different. It's definitely going to be different. It's not going to be what you expected. But, you know, why not read it and find out, see what it's all about. And let's see, any extras in the back. The semi-gloss looks good. I like the colors. Definitely appreciate the way the colors pop. Acknowledgements, so no extras really. You get the entire story. There's the beginnings that we had earlier, and this is the drawing of the 3. Okay, so it looks like they're going to have another one as well. Very cool. And then these are the books themselves, and there's the Man in Black. Very cool. All right, so there you go, guys. If you've been waiting to get the Gunslinger, now is the chance to get it in this new printing. And, you know, if you're interested in it, check it out at Organic Price Books, and I will see you in the next one.